Hello everyone, I'm back. I just wanted to make a little update video to let everyone know that I am officially done with chemo. Yay! It's been a month. This is my new hair growth with a month after chemo. It's a lot more than what it looks right here, and I have a super lumpy head, but that's alright. Okay. Anyway, so I finished my last chemo in February. It is now, April 2nd. The days are confused and mixed up. I just got out of the hospital. So I kind of want to talk about my last, towards the end of my chemo. I had six doses of carboplatin and Taxotere, as well as Perjeta and Herceptin. The Herceptin is still continued. I still get the Herceptin through the port. I'll get that for a whole year still. So on my 5th cycle, because I kind of made some other videos, touch base on the other ones, but my 5th cycle of the carboplatin and Taxotere Perjeta, it was kind of really super surreal for me. I walked into the chemo center, and my mom had cancer, died from cancer 3 years ago, and it was the first time I ever got her chemo chair, and it was just kind of like, hit me hard. I was like, what? So, I got her chemo chair. I wasn't sure if I wanted to be in it, or I didn't want to be in it, like if it made me feel closer or not, but, I did it. I sat down in the chair, hooked up to the little machine, and did my thing. And about halfway through, started getting hot flashes, which is kind of normal with the chemo and everything so far, but it was really bad. Started getting pain, couldn't breathe, all kinds of stuff started happening. So we called the nurse over, and I was having a reaction to the carboplatin. Usually it takes about 8 doses minimum before you have any kind of reaction to it like that. Mine was on the 5th one, and the doctor said once you have a reaction, sometimes they'll try to increase a little bit, but seeing how it wasn't an important medication in my treatment, usually once you have a reaction, you never not have a reaction to it. So that was it. It was done. After that, we didn't do it again for my last treatment. We just did the Taxotere and the Perjeta, as well as the Herceptin. So that was good. I didn't want that other medication again, and of course my last one I was kind of nervous because you don't know after the one before that when you did have a reaction, so a little bit nervous. So since then I have had my surgery. So I got this fancy little bra on here. I've only had one breast removed right now. I believe they're going to take the other one, but as of right now, they really just want it off so that I can get radiation in there because I had an MRI done in November, and I just had a PET scan done like last Friday or something. And it still showed a lot of the skin was involved on my breast, as well as it kind of grew a little bit, and there was a couple lymph nodes, one lymph node that kind of got bigger, so my surgeon wanted to get all that off of there, and didn't reconstruct right away because of radiation purposes. We want to get directly in there right now. So that's what that. The surgery went really good. I got my drains, of course, only two with the one breast gun. But, so, when I got to the hospital, they gave me this thing called nerve block, and I've asked a lot of people in, the breast cancer groups on Facebook and things like that, if they've ever heard of it. Some people have, some people haven't, but it's pretty much like an epidural that they put into your back, and it blocks all the nerves in your chest, your breasts, all that. And it was horrid getting it put in. It was terrible. I did not like it at all. I threw up. I almost passed out. The doctor's like, nobody really does that. And I told him I just have a real a phobia of needles and everything, which you think after all this cancer and stuff, I wouldn't be afraid of needles, but I am. So we get the pain ball in and everything, and I go to surgery. It blocks nerves. It's so that you don't need as much medication during surgery, and as well as after surgery, you're not as like loopy and you don't need as much medication, pain medication. Ooh, I'm having a hot flash. Turning red. I have to walk over in front of the fan. Grab my little list here. So yeah, it was really cool, but it ended up coming out the day after surgery. I had my surgery, and in the middle of the night, they make you stay in the hospital, and in the middle of the night, I could feel the catheter in my back, and I kept telling the nurse, like, hey, something's going on. I felt like liquid, everything. Turns out all the medication was just running down my back. There was really just nothing going into me. I wasn't getting any of the medication to block the nerves in there and everything. So they called anesthesiologist, blah, blah, blah. Got that all taken care of. They took it out, and by then I needed a little bit more pain medication because the nerve block wasn't working anymore. So they got that all taken care of. I still, now that I'm home, have a little bit of pain in my back from it. But all in all, I don't know if it was a good thing to get or not. People, like I said, people on Facebook love it. They said it helped them so much. I don't know if it helped me or not, because I had issues with it, and I didn't sleep at all. So yeah. The other thing I wanted to talk about, I'm running out of time here, but I have been going to just my one doctor. And I decided after chemo, because he just wasn't telling me anything I needed to know, or any information that I really needed. He wasn't just telling me the same thing every time I went in there. Especially about the skin of my breast, which has gotten really bad at the time. And he just kept saying it was some dye they injected into my nipple when they took the lymph nodes out or whatever. Well, that wasn't the case. I went and got a second opinion at the Cleveland Clinic. Love that place. Love, love, love it. If you have a chance to go there, 100% go to the Cleveland Clinic. They take the time to listen and actually know what they're doing. The first day I walked in there, the doctor instantly was like, the skin on your breast is not normal. It needs to come off now. And that was completely once I was done with chemo. And they noticed. So once I got done with chemo, I switched to the Cleveland Clinic. I'm now at the Cleveland Clinic. That's who did my surgery. I'll be meeting with an oncologist through them as well, because also when I started out, my diagnosis was invasive ductal sarcoma, stage 2A. Well, comes to find out that my doctor wasn't being completely honest with my diagnosis, and I was actually stage 3. And no one told me, and it was, when I requested my medical files from them, it was actually in my medical files, and there was information in there that they never told me at all. So always get a second opinion, always get your medical records, all of that. Get it all. Get it all. Because you never know. You need to be your own advocate. You got to take, I know it's hard, like I've been super stressed out about trying to make sure I get appointments and just making sure every little thing is right. And I understand it's super stressful, but you need to make sure that you're getting taken care of the way you want to be taken care of. It's so, so important. But that's really all I wanted to touch on my little list here. I'm running out of time. This is the longest video I've ever made. I'm getting cold now with the fan. Hot flashes are real. From the chemo, it happens about 6 times an hour. You just have to sit in front of the fan. Your face turns red. Oh, it's terrible. So once I get any more new information, and I get my breast put back on, yay, or start radiation, a new chapter, in about a month. So we'll touch back on all that whenever new stuff starts happening. If I think of anything else to make a new video of, then I totally will. I want to make another video later about just the emotions of everything, because that's a really big part. So, we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.